9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
I was on mute. Hello, everybody. This is your timeless elite, your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this special live edition of TNA Lockdown. Had a little bit of a technical difficulties, but we are back live. If you've seen that, we kicked off with Elijah taking on Francis in the final encore. Obviously, we saw Expressions make his return. And AJ Francis got the victory, but Elijah got the last laugh. I am so happy to see that Elijah got the last laugh. We have a lot happening with TNA Lockdown, and I'm very, very excited. Shout out to Hassan, Gamersoft Terrell for hosting in the chat, but we come to you from Chicago, Illinois, where first time TNA Lockdown comes back to pay-per-view since 2014. And we have a lot of matches in the stores. Obviously, of course, we have TNA International Championship, which has been completely personal between Jason Hotch and Mustafa Ali. We have the TNA Knockouts World Championship between Zaya Brookside and Elayna Black. We also, of course, we have a lethal lockdown having all the members of the system taking on the rising stars, Jada Stone, Fabian Aichner, Ricky Sosa, and Casey Navarro. And we're also going to have the TNA Knockouts World Championship, the Elegance Brand taking on Allie. And we don't know where Rosemary is, but it's going to be a quote-unquote partner at this point. We're also going to have, for the first time ever, Moose taking on Frankie Kazarian. And obviously, of course, our main event, we're going to have the Hardys take on Nemeth. Take on the Nemeths for the TNA World title. So I am very excited on that because get ready, friends. We're in for a treat and we're facing off for the first time ever. Let me see if I can because obviously, of course, you can watch us either on pay-per-view or you can watch it on TNA Plus app. And also, I can't forget the TNA X Division Championship, Cedric Alexander. Hold on, let me see. It's my first time on the. Yes, Jeffrey. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, we had unfortunately for us, we had a little bit of technical difficulties on the back end. But just to catch you up to speed, we kicked off with the final encore between AJ Francis and Elijah. It was a good match. Every match is going to be in the cage. But even though AJ Francis got the victory and we saw the return of Expressions, Elijah ended up getting the last laugh, courtesy of help from the whole town man. And also we see Gia Miller interviewing with Allie. Obviously, of course, the Elegance Brand will be facing Allie, and Rosemary is MIA. And also, it's nice that Allie is wearing a Rebel Heart shirt, and it makes me very happy to see that, like everybody with Rebel Heart makes me smile. Okay. All right. Oh, God. Well, coming up next is going to be the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team match. The Elegance Brand taking on Allie and somewhat of a mystery posture because we don't know where is Rosemary. But feel free in the chat on who you guys got winning. Allie and her partner are going to retain, or are you using the Elegance Brand? and they're doing like the taglines. I, I'm hoping she found somebody too. Like, and I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and getting ready for this week. Of course, there's a lot. Oh, and then we got to deal with the personal concierge. Oh boy. The Elegance Brand. Oh, why did you pick a plug on the Bears? Considering we are in preseason, by the way. Oh my God. He had to mention the Green Bay Packers. Oh, the police. Oh, here come Heather and Miles. Like, oh my goodness. They're dressed up in police outfits. Yeah, I know. They want to start a riot. They really want to start a riot. Yeah, they're dressed up as police cops. Oh yes, Jeffrey. It was a nice feeling because Mr. Elegance had his first loss on TNA Impact, losing to Rich Swann last Thursday. So, and unfortunately, he's okay. There we go. See the Elegance Brand come out. I said, click on the channel who you guys got winning. Do you have the Elegance Brand winning, or do you have Allie and her mystery tag team partner? Because Rosemary is MIA. Shout out to Boza in the chat. Yes, it's definitely a treat. Well, here comes Allie. I'm pretty sure she found somebody because when she was talking to GM Miller, she did say she found somebody, but she said you're going to have to find out. Yeah, DNA had to be all of you and very excited to really join in. And as you can see, again, as you can see, Allie's wearing a Rebel Heart shirt. She's wearing a Rebel Heart shirt, so I'm really happy that they're in support of Rebel. Ooh, Kiara Hogan. She's back. You might remember when she wrestled in TNA. Kiara Hogan is back. Wow. It's really nice to see her back. Yeah, that's a huge one. Because, you know, he didn't have a taxi partner, but Kiara Hogan. Yeah, nice. And nice thought, Jeffrey. She also has history with Allie, too, and that's something to know. Jeffrey's excited. I'm excited. Welcome back. Kiara Hogan back to TNA on TNA Lockdown. And you know this is going to be a fun tag team match, including the knockouts. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Kiara Hogan's back and she's oh Jeffrey, we know you love her. Actually, you love all the ladies. You got a whole list of ladies that you love. You love her, you love Mercedes, Willow, Persephone, Maya World, and also Alyssa Edwards. We know about you and Alyssa Edwards. She looks Jeffrey. But she looks great. She looks great. She looks fabulous. And these are for the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Obviously, of course, I follow the. We know, but that's a good thing. Jeff Metterling is picking the Elegance Brand to win. This is going to be a good match. It's interesting to see the Elegance Brand dress up as police officers. And it's crazy. It's right before M by Elegance match because we are at the finals of the TNA Knockouts TV show. We have M by Elegance taking on Jada Stone. And that is going to be fun because we will determine who is the inaugural TNA Knockouts TV tournament. And here we go. We're just kicking off with the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. We have the Elegance Brand, obviously, of course, accompanied by the Concierge and Mr. Elegance, taking on Allie and Hogan. And every single match is in the cage. So, but you can expect a lot of shenanigans because we saw it between AJ Francis and Elijah because we saw expressions. Yep. Yep, Boza, you can expect a lot of shenanigans about this. That's a good reminder, Jeffrey, too, having the history that Allie and Kiera have. Well, here we go. We have Kiera Hogan and Heather by Elegance. But yes, this upcoming Thursday, M by Elegance is in a big, big, big match against Jada Stone because we're going to know who the inaugural TNA Knockouts TV champion is. And it has been a fun tournament. I'm very happy that we're at the conclusion of this. And super, I hope everybody is doing well. They're pretty much what worlds would win because we will be talking honor throughout this, my own experience. And also, I'll probably mention this on Wednesday when I do my watch along for AEW. But Ring of Honor was great. I was very happy to experience in 2300. It was so fun just to be there. Shout out to Eric Douglas 34, Allie's partner. And Mr. Elegance is trying to interfere. And that's the number who comes in for the Elegance Brand. But shout out to Eric Douglas 34 in the chat. Our partner is turning Kiera Hogan. If you are joining me, this is your PR princess, your timeless elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you call me on this watch along. And it's nice on my laptop. I get to watch it from really, and I still interact with all of you. So that's fun. Jeffrey's like, I still ain't forget Tasha Turner, Rebecca Kiera. We never. Well, Jeffrey, you made your wish. It looks like it may be the League of Order, Jason Hotch and Mustafa Ali. Yeah, Kiera Hogan, she did wrestle a little bit in the Ring of Honor and AEW space. I'm actually excited for Lethal Lockdown because it's going good. I hope so, Jeffrey. I hope they don't either because get ready. I can hear the fans cheering for Allie. of the commentators, one of the commentators, Matt, is speaks so highly of the Elegance brand. I just have some of this commentary, which is hilarious. And also, as a question, I know, crazy. Imagine wearing tops out and it's crazy. And with the fact you may lose, and it's right before your big match to determine who's the inaugural Knockouts TV champion. That's crazy. But like I said, I hope everybody had a great weekend. They feel super recharged. They're getting ready for the week. We have a busy, busy week of wrestling. Of course, we're kicking off with TNA Lockdown. Monday Night Raw is tomorrow at 6. Not sure if we're going to have a WWT live tomorrow because Monday Night Raw is we shall see. 6:00 p.m. on Netflix. Oh man, Allie's fired up. And also, we are going to talk about Rebel Heart because, like I said, I did see Allie wear her Rebel Heart shirt. So we will be talking about it later on in the show. What's Mr. Elegance doing? What's he doing? He's got the head. Who is he handcuff? Who's he trying to handcuff? Where's Heather going? Um, she just split her right out of the cage. Man, she just got. I wonder what she's gonna do with it. I mean, it has to be pinfall, I would think. But Hallie grabbed hold of Heather. Man, she's really handcuffing Allie. Shenanigans. She's really handcuffing Allie. And Kiera doesn't even know that her tag team partner is getting handcuffed. That'd be funny if Rosemary came out of nowhere. Wow, Kiera Hogan Pinder. Now, congratulations, Kiera Hogan and Allie for retaining. But Allie is still, I think she got out. Okay, she got out of the handcuffs. I know, right, Jeffrey? No, you know first. I know she got getting this lead to Jada Stone on Thursday. You could tell there's going to be something. But congratulations to Allie and Kiera Hogan. They are still TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to them. Obviously, of course, happy to see Allie wear Rebel Heart shirt because obviously, of course, everybody in the wrestling community thinks it's part of Rebel, but she is diagnosed with ALS, and so many people participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge and showing their support wearing the T-shirt, the band, and everything else. And we will be talking about this throughout the night as well. Yep, and speaking of that, Tom is going to do acknowledge of it. And I love that they're acknowledging Rebel on TNA Lockdown. And also, I want to give a shout out to Fightful because I I did ask a question during the Ring of Honor media scrum with Tony Khan regarding Rebel on ALS, and it looks like it got a little bit of stream. So of course, I don't want them for getting a little bit of proud. So yay! And I also do have the clips. I will post later on tonight because I still got some. I still got some coverage I got to do for Ring of Honor, which will be after TNA Lockdown. But that was really fun, and I was very, very happy. But I'm happy everybody is showing support to Rebel, just showing up and showing up and away. But up next, for the first time ever, you got the face of the franchise taking on the king of TNA, Moose, Frankie Kazarian, for the first time ever. Escape the cage. Who you guys got winning this match? Feel free to flutter in the chat on who you guys get winning. Do you have Moose winning, or do you have Frankie Kazarian winning? I'm actually looking at the buildup of this match. I know, right? Who attacked Cedric Alexander? And also, who attacked Moose, by the way, backstage? It's funny they don't show like his old archive footage in this build-up because Frankie's been at TNA from the beginning. All right, so Jeffrey's picking Moose. Jeff Mitterling, obviously, we know he's a huge fan of Moose. He's picking Moose. This is really hard. People saying it, really, Malachi Black, and Apollo. That's interesting. Interesting. Well, we shall see because it's very interesting. It's interesting because to close the show like that, attacking Cedric Alexander right before his big match for the X Division title against Leon Slater. All right, who is coming up first? Oh, they have an actual orchestra. And this has to be Moose's entrance. And I love that. I love that they using local artists. It's like the anticipation. Anticipation. Comes the face of the franchise. Jeffrey, that would be hilarious. Look at Moose. Look, he has the throne and everything. And I like his jacket too. I like the cut jacket. Crazy. It's crazy. It's been a long time coming. I'm looking on our WWT shoulders because we're getting a lot of buzz from the Mackenzie Morgan side from NWA. So I'm happy. I love that we're getting so much buzz. Oh, and Mackenzie retweeted that. So we're making some waves. Well, here comes Frankie Kazarian. I see not pleased with the throne and the orchestra. I guess I feel like one of the orchestra people are kind of confronting Frankie. And he's just sitting on the king throne. He's just throwing people out of there. Well, I know some people are taking don't count out Frankie Kazarian because from the beginning, from day one, and even though Chad will, so I'm laughing at Matt's commentary, calling Frankie Kazarian wine and whiskey. Well, the man is married to Tracy Brooks, by the way. Yes, 2004. That was when TNA was at its peak. But here we go, and we know Frankie was gonna escape the cage because obviously, of course, is escaping the cage, and that's the only way to win. No submission. All you got to do is escape the cage. Oh my god, I love that. Tom is doing a callback to Mike Tenay, who was one of the commentators for TNA. Him and Don Webb just had so much chemistry together, and I loved it. But yes, the only way to win in this match in particular is escaping the cage. But for Frankie, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. And I do agree, Jeffrey. Frankie has always needed to be taught a lesson. He's always needed to be taught a lesson. Moose is like that man. Oh my god, Dr. Smith, you watch pay-per-views in the main event. It was just extraordinary. I think Moose wants to reciprocate. It's hard to believe it's our third match. This is match number 3, and we have a few more matches to go. Obviously, of course, our main event is TNA World Tag Team titles. The Hardys taking on the Nemeth. We also had the TNA X Division Championship. Leon Slater taking on Cedric Alexander. We also have the TNA Knockouts World Championship on Zaya Brookside. And we have Lethal Lockdown. So yeah, it's crazy. This is our third match. I know, Jeffrey is crazy. But I think it's the athleticism. And he also used to play football, by the way. He used to football. And it's going to be interesting after lockdown because then we have to see who's going to be the next contender for Nick Nemeth's TNA World title. So make sure you keep an eye on throughout the show because there's a few people out there that could step into the plate and challenge Nick Nemeth. And that's fair against Frankie Kazarian. Moose is like, open the door. I don't think Moose is done yet. He wants to tournament Frankie Kazarian. Oh my god. Middle fingers, Frankie. Oh man. Oh my god. Playing Moose like in his middle. Of course, Frankie's talking trash. See, Moose, you should have. You would think, but I think Moose is having too much fun because he wants to torment Frankie Kazarian. And it's hard to believe after lockdown. Happening in Florida. Which, by the way, they will have the TNA Hall of Fame there. It's one of their signature big pay-per-views for Bound for Glory. And I think after lockdown, the road to Bound for Glory is going to be very interesting to watch. Of course, Frankie Kazarian's talking trash. Oh my god. Somebody said to Frankie, you are TNA Mooses. In the words of Jim Ross, when a man is breathing and can walk, you should have left. And it's official, TNA, that Kiera Hogan is officially signed with TNA because they made the posting official, which is super exciting. And we have seen a report that Fightful posted that they're looking at other women to sign in their knockout division. Oh wow, that's a callback to the Daniels. Oh my god, I'm like, there it's happening. Oh boy, why are you making trash to Moose out of all people? I hope so, Jeffrey, too. That Kiera and Tasha, they've been a as that'd be one of really blood for you to have in the knockouts division. Moose is like, I'm just here. Moose, he's like, Ryan, aside, looks like he hasn't had a pep in his step. But as I mentioned, he does play football. Look at Moose. And Moose, Moose, Moose. Moose is he's trying to get, but Frankie Kazarian caught him. As I mentioned in this match, there's no pinfall, there's no submission. You got to escape the cage. Maybe here, let me do. Could be a possibility, Jeffrey. I could see it because I think after the situation between Jason Hotch and Mustafa Ali, that's going to be something. Oh my god, nice block by Moose. A little bit of a miscue right there. That was a nice counter Frankie did. That was a. It's like these guys are just duking it out left and right, duking, duking, duking. Oh my goodness, I love that it's so unfiltered in this match, and there's like nothing that they can do. Nice chop by Moose. He's just giving chop after chop to Frankie. Oh! Interesting exchange of words. Oof. You kind of knew this was going to be a hard hitting match of trash talking. That was a nice spinning neck breaker Frankie did. Oh, what's gonna do? Oh no, he made Frankie made taste some steel. Wow, both of these guys are down. They're really putting a hard hitting. I know when you look at like Reed's Island, AEW, but I don't know about that. That's a little bit hard to stretch, especially the last couple months where they had to make some changes with the cage. But it's so interesting seeing the evolution of the cage from when Lockdown first started as a pay per view to now. It's just interesting seeing the transition and evolution. Oh goodness, Frankie, but Moose, he drags Frankie back in the ring. What's Moose gonna do here? Is he gonna? Oh my god, is he really gonna do? No way! Oh my god, he did a Spanish fly off the top of the cage. Oh my god! I know the crowd in Chicago is going crazy. I see everybody's reaction on the floor. Wow. Spanish fly off the top rope. Look at this replay. Wow. I know, Jeffrey. That's like that. She had. That's everybody's reaction. Oh man. Whew. It's hard to believe. This is our third match, and we have 5 more matches to go. And the door is being opened, and what Frankie got Moose's leg. Mm. Oh man! Wow. Yeah, Jeffrey, the slingshot cutter. I mean, you can't deny. You may call him annoying. May call him anything, but don't underestimate his wrestling ability, and especially being one of the OGs of TNA, and he's been a part of it since day one. Oh lordy! Now Moose is grabbing one of Frankie's legs. Oh my god! But Moose speared Frankie Kazarian, and Frankie Kazarian left, but your winner is Frankie Kazarian. Man, big, 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 big mistake because you know that's the only way to win is escape the cage. Now, what is next for Frankie Kazarian? Because as I mentioned, the picture of the TNA World Championship is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting how is it going to play out because obviously we saw AJ Francis get a victory, Frankie got a victory. It's going to be very interesting what the picture is going to look like. But congratulations to Frankie Kazarian. He's the king of TNA. Like him, hate him, listen, respect him. So, congratulations to Frankie Kazarian. He used his brain in a way. Well, technically, he didn't cheat to win. He got very lucky. Sometimes you get most of the best of you. But since we're switching gears, we have some ladies action. We have the TNA Knockouts World Championship. We have Xia Brookside taking on Elayna Black. This has been brewing up at both ladies. I know, like, the setup was a little bit odd because with Elayna Black coming in and everything else, and I think they had to figure out who was going to be Zaya's next challenger to really continue building it up. But it's interesting with Elayna. She got it, but here we are. Here we are. But I'm going to be I think they are going to deliver a good match. I know people want Elayna to win, but I would like for Xia to win because I want her to continue her reign as TNA Knockout champion and really think about the future. Because if she's going to be the person to be the face of the Knockouts division in the franchise, it's time for her to really take off. And it's interesting if you saw the build-up between Xia and Elayna that they use footage from NXT. Obviously, of course, the partnership between TNA and NXT is right there. Oh, they showed her the photo of her with CM Punk with a broken. I know, right? It's like out of all the clips, you had to show that clip, other clips. So this is the tale of the tape between Xia Brookside and Elayna Black, and also, and I forgot to mention this earlier in the show. Shout out to Chris Bay because Chris Bay, I did not know, and he provided the official theme song for TNA Lockdown. So shout out to Chris Bay. But here we go. We have the ladies in action, the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And this is actually one of the matches I'm definitely looking forward to see. You can tell she was going to get a good reception. And it's crazy. She's competing on Lockdown, and her boyfriend, Casey Navarro, will be competing at Lethal Lockdown a little bit later on in the show. Look, she's from Chicago. Look at that crowd reaction. Wow. Like, she's had her whole family there. And they're having a match in the steel cage. Wild. But feel free to point out on who you guys got TNA Knockouts World titles. You have Xia Brookside retaining, or do you think it will be a new TNA Knockouts champion? Right? Right, Jeffrey? That's crazy. I'm just sharing for WWT on social, so Yeah, so Jeffrey says, like, yeah, that's why I said I would like for Zaya to retain, only because it would be nice to see. Why, Jeff Merlin? Why are you not picking anybody from this match? Because this is a women's knockout match. Well, I mean, Jeff Merlin, that's your choice. I mean, I would be respectful of that, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay, and you're entitled to that, and you don't have to make a choice. But there are a lot of good matches on the program as well. But here we go. We have the TNA Knockout World Championship match inside a cage. Zaya Brookside, Elayna Black, 1-on-1. Yeah, she said trash, Zaya Brookside. She said trash. She said trash. She is. I mean, I think Zaya Brookside, she's starting to get a lot more comfortable as being a heel. She's starting to get more comfortable and starting to build a lot of confidence. Jeez. Woo. Man, she said, I got the title, but woo. Oh my goodness. Zaya Brookside, she is talking so much. But she's starting to build a lot more confidence in herself, and I love it. Oh, nice hurricanrana by Elayna Black. She got the hometown crowd. She's starting to feel it and starting to build a little bit more confidence. Yeah, we will talk about Daria Ray earlier because I don't know if you guys saw the countdown to lockdown on the pre-show, and oh man, yeah, because if you saw Daria Ray on the pre-show earlier today, she wasn't too fond of Indy Hartwell being there, and you can tell there's a lot of friction between the two. I continue because now Daria Ray has a big Harley Hudson, who she's trying to get Harley fired. So that's going to be brewing up pretty soon. Oh my god, Zaya Brookside and Roman Reigns in the tag team match. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh yes, Boza, she will get a precious hands dirty. It's a matter of time. And yes, Kansas Michelle was also there as well because she's working backstage. And oh, Indy Hartwell. And yes, yeah, Indy Hartwell's been making a case for herself. She's been making a case, and it's funny because I said this last year. I said Indy Hartwell's going to be champion before the end of this year. I just said that's a bold prediction because it's true. But we shall see. It's not busted open, but yeah, Elayna is busted open. No, but was that so? You weren't here earlier, but we did get news courtesy of Team that Fabian has signed with August. Woo! This is where Zaya becomes. I kind of like that. She's being ruthless about this. She's doing the top of the belt. She's being ruthless about this. You! Woo! Ruthless side of Zaya side. We're gonna try to see if we can get. We're gonna try to start WWT. She's really starting to grow, and I gotta like. We're gonna try to see if we can get her on WWT because I would love to interview Zaya Brookside for WWT. Yeah, it's always hard to tell, Boza. Man, she's choking. Hey, yeah, those that's okay, Boza. I know you stepped out for a bit, but yes. I don't know, Jeffrey, but I'm kind of liking this. I don't know if you. Yeah, that's a. Whew. Well, I will say this. One thing I can say about the knockout division you witnessed, they're not afraid to get their hands. They are not afraid to do that, which I like. See, even Tom said it. Tom said he's never seen this, and I kind of like this. Yeah, that's the British fighting spirit. You don't mess with. Shout out to Eric Teagle on the top here joining us, and she's saying that's why she's the champ. Shout out to Aaron Teagle in the chat. I'm happy you're joining with me on a special watch along edition of TNA Lockdown. Please make sure to like, subscribe for Women's Wrestling Talk because it'll help the algorithm. It will help support us. So please let everybody know we are doing. You're hanging with me. Your PS, whatever you want to call me on this watch along, and you are hanging with me for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Brookside taking on Elayna Black, and Zaya Brookside is so ruthless in this match. Oh, Jeffrey, this is my first seeing Elayna bust like this. Yeah, I can't recall the last time. I don't think I have seen her busted over, especially when she was on NXT. But this, yeah, I appreciate you, Aaron Teagle. Appreciate you coming into the chat. Appreciate you interacting. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. Man, she's saying cool. Oh man, she really is busted open. Quick, yeah. If she wants a championship, yeah, Jeffrey. She's gonna have to dig a lot more deeper because she's busted open. She's making, but hey, definitely, I'm gonna disagree. I don't think Elayna Black has to go back to NXT because I think since she's been at TNA, she's found her confidence again. She's not getting injured as much because I know that really did suck for her because they were bug when she was in NXT. She's really trying to find herself and being more black, and she's finding her own identity in this Knockouts division. So she's able to build confidence a little bit, and I'm happy that she is a TNA knockout. I'm hoping she's on in the long run because I think that would be beneficial. Oh, nice! Oh, that was a nice one. And it's crazy because yesterday, 10 years ago, marked Sasha Banks and Bayley meeting, and that was the match Bayley won for the NXT Women's Championship. I just can't believe it's been 10 years. Yes, exactly. Like giving her more. And look at Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell's watching this backstage. She has her eyes, and I said this a couple months ago. She's going to be TNA Knockouts World Champion. But of course, she has to go through Miss Daria Ray. Not just Indy, but also Harley Hudson, because Harley Hudson has some beef with Daria Ray. But I love the fighting spirit of Elayna Black. Yes, Jeffrey, that match was so good. And it's hard to believe it was 10 years ago yesterday. And that was a really good match. That was a really good match. And that was before I went to Barclays Center. It was so good. My God. Oh, Black kicked out of Zaya Brookside's finishing move. These ladies are cooking. Wow. Yeah, it's all over her. Quick kick out by Zaya because Elayna Black put her signature move in, and these ladies are really putting on a stopper. These ladies are. I mean, I know some of the guys put on a stopper, but this is actually one of my matches that I enjoy so far is the TNA Knockouts World Championship. I'm happy they are getting a lot of time. They're getting a lot of action. Oh, no obligation, friends. What's it? All the powder's flying out. Jeez, jeez, they're gonna use something else to. They could do something else in the match. But you're and still TNA Knockouts World Champion is Brookside. But Powder, I feel like that's a cop out for. It's a cop out for Powder. But Zaya Brookside is still your TNA Knockouts Women Champion. Indy Hartwell, she's watching this backstage. She wants a shot at it, but of course she has to go through the wrath of Daria Ray, which I will tell you something. She's not scared of Daria Ray because her and Harley Hudson are having an issue. It seems like, man, that's like an easy cop out. But she's saying world champion. We're gonna try to see if we can get her on WWT Live before the belt gets changed. I would love for her to interview her at Knockouts World Champion, but the mission is still on. I do want to give congratulations to Elayna Black. Even though the build up and how we got here was a little bit weird, I'm really happy to see the match that she put in, and hopefully, I do think she could definitely be a future Knockouts champion. Ooh, yeah, she was. British don't claim. We go from one brutal match to a personal one. We have the TNA International Championship match. Jason Hotch taking on Mustafa Ali. And this is personal. This is personal. And with the fact, if they want to continue the broken down road of Order 4, oh, well, Jeff Menderlin, to be fair, Santino is director of authority, so you never know where he's going to pop up. So Jason Hotch, because if they're going to continue the somewhat destructible road to Order 4, Jason has to retain. So I'm picking Jason to retain. And also with the fact, too, if you saw the countdown to Lockdown earlier today, the pre-show, Trey Miguel gave Agent Zero his first loss ever on TNA. So Trey Miguel, he's making some waves since he's been back from injury, and that's huge. Oh, I was so happy I got to witness that match in Philly. That match was so good. Jason Haas, Mustafa Ali, everybody on their feet. And it's always a good feeling when you attend matches live. It's just that feeling. And I didn't appreciate when I did my watch. I didn't appreciate Mustafa Ali talking to Jason's wife. I don't know, Jeffrey. I mean, the ball's in their court. I see a little bit of tension within Order 4 because Tasha doesn't like Milo. Tasha doesn't like Milo Moore. And I know Tasha has a soft spot for Jason. And yes, Jeff Bennerling, Daria Ray is also in charge. She is also an authority in TNA, but Tina Morella is also the director of authority too. So, Jeffrey, yes, Trey Miguel gave Agent Zero his first loss on Countdown to Lockdown earlier today, which was crazy. This match is definitely personal. I feel like these guys are definitely going to go at it. Well, they're showing like the headline and pretty much how we got here with this match. Like I said, it was incredible seeing the match in Philadelphia. Incredible. So we're getting ready. Well, here comes the crazy cats of Order 4. You missed the cue. Oh, yeah, I did see the cue. Well, here comes Mustafa. Was it second? Well, here comes Mustafa and the rest of Order 4, Mila Moore, Tasha Steele. Well, there's a lot of personal stuff behind this, and feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. Do you have Jason Hotch retaining or Mustafa Ali regaining the belt back? Because I'll tell you, it is very personal between both of these guys. Yeah, Jeffrey, yeah, she is wearing heels. I don't know if you noticed that she's been in Order 4. She's been wearing heels a lot. And I think, okay, Jeffrey, you got Jason. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, there's his wife sitting there, his wife and his daughter. Well, you know, yep, match is underway. Yeah, you can tell it's a lot of personal because I think after this we have the TNA X Division Championship, we have the Lethal Lockdown, and we have our main event. So we have 3 matches left after this. Which back to it is in Chicago, so they're an hour ahead of us. So over there it's like 6 o'clock over there, and here it's like 7. And here we go. The bell is run. This match is underway, and it's getting personal. So Jeffrey, he's picking Jason Hotch. I'm picking Jason Hotch. And if you're hanging out with me, this is your PR princess, your time is elite, Stone Cold Courtney. You want to call this TNA Lockdown? Make sure to subscribe, like the video, because that's what keeps the algorithm up for TNA Lockdown watch along. Coming to you from the Windy City in Chicago. And if you're hanging, yeah, Jason Billy's on it. And if you're hanging out with me, you're on the side. It's very personal. The TNA International Championship, Jason Hotch taking on Mustafa Ali. Obviously, of course, you'll probably get Order 4 coming in. And yes, Jeffrey he does live in Chicago because he did do some media work this past week in honor of TNA Lockdown. Oh, man. You know these guys were definitely going to tear it. Wicked out by Ali. And it's crazy. Like I said, we have 3 more matches to go. We have the X Division Championship, we have Lethal Lockdown, and we have the TNA Knockouts, TNA World Tag Team Championships as the main event. So it's been going at a good pace. Yes, and you hear that, and yes, Jeffrey, you hear the fans chanting for Mustafa Ali. Nice DDT. Quick kick out by Ali. Oh my god! You know there was gonna be a lot between these two. We've seen a lot of trash talking between Moose and Frankie Kazarian, Zaya and Elayna. Now we're seeing trash talk between Mustafa and Jason. Well, I wouldn't say Jason Haas is being a heel. It's Mustafa that's supposed to be the heel, but he lives in Chicago. So fair, they're different. Mustafa's supposed to be the heel. But what's Jason doing? Oh my god. Oh! That was really much. I hope it's okay. Because that was a very nasty landing. Oh, nice power bomb. Quick kick out by Allie. Well, Joseph, yes, they are. That's true. I mean, come on. What do you expect in Chicago? Heck, any wrestling city is so bizarre. It's pretty much half and half at this point. But oh yes, Jeff Metterling. This one is a grudge match because if you watch the watch on with me for TNA Impact, I think it's 2 weeks ago, where Mustafa Ali interacted with Jason's wife and his daughter and said some things that we're not supposed to do. Oh, 8-0, because like I said, Trey McDowell, his first pinfall loss at the Countdown to Lockdown earlier tonight. So 8-0 during the cage. Oh, look at Tasha. Tasha's like, you're not gonna do that. Is Milo more crazy? Wait, I would not want to mess with Tasha. Oh man. Well, I mean, Tasha's. It's not the first time she. Well, at least Jason's checking on Tasha because I'll tell you this: Tasha still is not afraid to take a serious bump. She is not afraid. At least he's helping Tasha. At least there's no animosity between Jason and Tasha. So John Skyler's taking her to the back, but she's a tough cookie. She's a very tough man. Adore. Yeah, it's like yeah, you can hear the people chanting for Holly. Obviously, of course, is from Chicago, but and it's crazy. The first time I saw him was during the Cruiserweight 205 of which I think that was such a good program. I just wish they didn't scrap it. Well, at least for this one, it's pinfall or submission. It's pin. They can do whatever they want outside the cage, and that's great. Ooh. Well, Jeff, literally, it's interesting because almost every match is going to be set inside the cage. For this one in particular, I think this is pinfall or submission. Obviously, they're going to weapons inside the cage. The TNA X Division Championship last standing match, and for our main event for the TNA Tag Championship, it will be a tornado tag team match. But what is Jason? Is Jason thinking what I'm doing? Cause I forget the whole table's time Philly. That was insanity. Well, I think at this point, and it was only a matter of time. You, what's Jason doing? What's Jason doing? What is Jason doing? The only person I can see floating there is Jeff. Jeff Hardy. I do crazy moves of this. Oh, that table spot. First we had it in Philly, and now we have it tonight in Chicago. Oh my goodness. Body's broken in half, went through the table. Wow. Well, they had to bring it since this is a return of TNA Lockdown. They had to bring it. Oh my God. Oh man, looks like he collapsed for a little bit. Oh man, bleeding. Woo! And anybody that says the F word when it comes to wrestling, show him this because it is no joke. I think some officials are looking at to see what's going on with Jason, and that's not good. So it looks like some of the people are trying to get back. Oh man, he took the toy. Now he really is holding it. His daughter. I know that's wild. That is crazy. He's telling Jason to get up. He took the toy. That's dastardly shield. Mm-mm-mm. Woo, and he's just kicking his daughter's toy. Steph, stop it. Just stop it. That's dastardly. Milo Moore. What are they doing? No, 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 no. He's really gonna put it? He's really got her toy? Oh, Jason came in nick of time. If you were Tom, I am so happy Tom. Look how Tom goes unfiltered. He's hilarious. That's Tom. You gotta fight for your family. Oh, Matt beat. Oh, Matt's. Stop whining and complaining, Matt. Oh man. Oh man, not on the Admiral. And his wife. Oof, that is kind of dastardly. Man. Now the crowd's turning on Ollie. Did the same thing they said to Zaya Brookside. First, we saw Zaya use that belt on Elayna in a gruesome way, and now Mustafa Ali is taking the toy of his daughter. That is so gruesome. Let's see. Oh my goodness. What's she doing? Drop kick off 14 feet off the steel cage. 14 feet, and Jason is bloodied mouth. Oh my god. I'm very nervous on what match after this. I am very nervous. I'm very nervous on what the match is going to be after this. Because as I mentioned, we have the TNA X division, we have Lethal Lockdown, we have the main. Well, obviously, our main event is going to be the TNA World Tag Team titles, but it's either going to be the Lockdown or the X Division Championship. Oh lordy, Lethal Lockdown. Yeah, I would probably have Lethal Lockdown next. I would not be shocked if it's the X Division. Oh, here. Man, Jason Hotch is hanging in there. Yes, he does, Jeffrey. He has a lot of heart, and that's why people in the TNA locker room picked him. Ooh, Jason, he has heart, and with the fact too, as I mentioned, there's a reason why everybody in the TNA locker room picked Jason Hotch to challenge for the TNA Knockout, TNA International Championship. There's a reason why everybody. The fans are chanting, "This is awesome," and it is awesome. Damn. Well, I guess they're slow. I guess the slowness of the debacle of order for the student later, because your winner and new TNA International Champion is Mustafa Ali. Yeah, what you said, Jeffrey. I don't think he was going to lose in his hometown. It's going to be interesting because not only Jason, but also, as I mentioned, Trey Miguel did something that nobody in the roster did, and that was give Agent Zero his first loss. And we did on Tyler team partner. Yeah, I mean, it's just oof. Yeah, definitely. Allie's very lucky. It's going to be interesting with the aftermath of TNA Lockdown, and as they continue the road to boundary. It's going to be a very interesting road. And there's Jason's wife and his daughter. Oof, Jason's bleeding from the mouth. I give him so much credit. Thankfully, his tag partners help out. Yeah, he's got to have some injuries at this point, but lockdown. But Mustafa Ali is your new TNA International Champion. And like I said, we have 3 matches left. I mean, we're doing pretty good on time. We're doing pretty good on pace. And your time is far from over. Because after we do lockdown, shift gears to Bound for Glory in Tampa, Florida. So since we have a quick commercial break and so much is happening, we're going to take a little bit of a break and give you the cool initiative we have for Wrestling Talk, and that is the Women's Archive. We celebrate the present on Wednesday.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here. Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything from the Women's Wrestling Archive. And now we have every resource of the phenomenal AJ Styles. So let's hear the interview. Okay. Yeah, Harry Styles. He's signed with TNA. The legacy is official, and of course, we have Frankie Kazarian. That is huge news. I feel like people need to start just knowing instead of feeding off to the dirt sheets. I know Frankie go away. You know Frankie's not going to go away, especially that he beat Moose and the history between him and AJ. Yeah, I knew he was going to be there, but did you know he was going to be behind? No, not you, Frankie. You'd rather trust Tracy than Frankie. So Avery Styles is signed with TNA, which I think is really cool because at least like they can get some men on their roster. And because we were talking about the future of TNA, we were talking about what made TNA the TNA X Division Championship last man standing match. Cedric Alexander, Leon Slater, pretty much pretty much if Cedric wins, Leon Slater is out of the history books. Like he's kaput. Like everything that he's done is out within the X division. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this could play out. Oh yeah, I can definitely see Avery being in the X division, and it's also with the fact too because we don't know what's going to happen with Leon Slater because I know towards right before the end of the year his contract's going to be up, so we don't know where it's going to go. I know that this has been an interesting build up lately. I don't know if Leon Slater AEW. I mean, to be fair, I don't even want to go to AEW. Mm. And that is true. I know. I'm like, AEW has so many people. I'm like, ooh, we need to spread it out a little bit. But yeah, AJ Styles, the inaugural TNA X Division. Oh boy. So they're describing like if Cedric Alexander wins. It's like, oh, if you lose, your name is scraped from the book. So here we go. We got a few. I love how they do X Factors. Oh man, Cedric Alexander, Leon Slater. These guys are gonna go at it because, shockingly enough, after this we have two more matches. We have Lethal Lockdown, and of course, our main event is the TNA World Tag Team Titles. The Hardys taking on the Nemeths. Here is Leon Slater. Leon Slater. It's interesting because his contract ends with TNA before the end of the year, so it's interesting how it's out. It, it's funny. It's funny because a lot of people in England are doing pretty well. Brookside from Leon Slater's from the UK. Oh, I know. Almost I know it. Well, I hope it wasn't a quick pop because it was a good match, but I know it's interesting how they have Ali back because Mustafa Ali should be up in TNA World Title status, but I guess they're trying to slowly dismember Order 4 very slowly. When's it going to happen? I don't know. Maybe before the year is up, but we shall see. And this is the last man standing match too, so Cedric and Leon are going to go through. And speaking of which, we're going to see the system after this match. You can't beat the system. Because as I said, we do have Cedric Alexander as part of the system, and we're going to see the rest of the members of the system after this with Lethal Lockdown. It's short. Sometimes it's can. Like I said, we can see because we're going to see them next for Lethal Lockdown, where the remaining members of the system, someone has to pull. I don't know. It's been around for quite some time. The system. All right, boys and girls, this is the X Division Championship. One of the things that actually started TNA, next to the Knockouts. Feel free to put in the chat. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning. Do you have Leon Slater winning this, or do you have Cedric Alexander? And Jeffrey, he's saying Leon. I am picking Leon Slater win, and you should have. I don't know why, but and, and yes, I was going over the rules of last man standing. No pinfalls, no submission. Pretty much, you gotta keep your opponent senseless up to the 10 count. And once the 10 count hits, and they're still senseless, they're X Division champion. So I'm happy they're going to let loose in this match. Okay, Jeff Mendel's picking Cedric Alexander is wearing white. He might. Hey, listen, Jeffrey. I would not be surprised for both of these guys because these guys are going to go at it, and this is what made TNA stand out was the X Division. We've had great X Division champions throughout the years, even when they first started back in 04, 05, 06. During this match, like I said, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend for an incredible week. Obviously, of course, wrestling, because, well, you thought this weekend was crazy. Next weekend, wrestling is crazy. Obviously, of course, we have Monday Night Raw happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time instead of 8 o'clock. Obviously, AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, where they're coming to Scotland. The final stop before AEW All in Wembley Stadium. Obviously, you have TNA, and you have Friday Night SmackDown, and also Sunday. We got a lot of wrestling on Sunday. We kick off at AEW All in Wembley Stadium. We have NXT, and we have AAA. So I know I will be doing a watch on for AEW All in Wembley Stadium. I will be doing that as well, coming to you from London, England at 1 p.m. and super, super excited and impressive at the top of the cage between Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander. Actually, Jeffrey, they're in Canada tomorrow. They're in Canada tomorrow. Just so to be clear, they're in Canada tomorrow. I think the week after they'll be in Mexico. But yeah, tomorrow they'll be in Canada. What is Leon thinking? No, that's okay, Jeffrey, because I know Mexico City is coming up right around the corner. But yes, Canada tomorrow, very, very soon. Correct, Jeff Metterling. Raw is only on Netflix. Jeez. I feel like everybody's getting busted. I feel like Black busted. We just saw Jason Hotch is now busted open. And don't forget about Mustafa Ali. She's bleeding. Bloodied. No, Lethal Lockdown is going to be bloody. It's going to be. I know there's going to be blood all over the place. Will not be surprised for our main event as well. It'll be busted open. No pun intended. Yeah, it was a mess. It was bleeding like a pig. Open. Man. All right. Yeah, you got to be busted open too. And the last man said, like anything goes. Yeah, you know, these guys really go at it with each other. And it's going to be very interesting after all this. Like, what's going to be next? Bound for Glory. That's really interesting because I know people have not been paying attention to TNA for the last couple of years. I've been paying attention every now and then. Very hard to change from one cable station to another, and it's very hard. I feel like I've been following socials for quite some time, and it makes me happy. I am a sort of bit. Why? Because we bought open too. What's up? Oh man, you these guys are gonna get at it. They are still gonna go at it. Oh, you know. Yes, because Lethal Lockdown, as I mentioned, is going to be next after this. So there's going to be a lot of people busted open. Alisha Edwards, Jada Stone, not going to be afraid. And also, we're going to see Ricky Sosa in there, Casey Navarro, Fabian Aichner. Yeah, get ready. Right, anime, Leon got up. She's a Canadian. She's a Canadian destroyer. Oh, yeah, that's going to be really good. Also, don't forget, folks, our actual main event is the TNA World titles. Canadian destroyer. Slater busted open on the face. And oh man. Oh man. Now both guys are busted open. Well, well, well you know, this time it's going to be a lot more personal. Oh, Leon Slater has so much energy. Remember, leave Cedric Alexander incapacitated. Look at this. 450. Oh, he was going for the 14 second count. Let me see. Let me see this. Let's see this. Wow. you know these guys were going to go at it. And there's a reason why the X Division is a standpoint for TNA. Next to the Knockouts Division. But this is one of the reasons why the X Division makes it such unique from the very beginning. Six, seven, nine. Both of us it open, but they're trying to get up. So the fans half of them return for Cedric, half of them return. Oh man, that was a nasty kick. Woo! Okay. I think Cedric has no idea where he's at. Ooh. Yeah, this is his last man standing. You got to make sure your opponent is incapacitated. Yeah, he's not done yet. Please. Is it the final nail? You should hit him at the head with a weapon because last man standing, anything goes. 4, 5, 6. It could go anywhere, but 8, 9. That's it. That's it. Your winner is Leon Slater. Say this very, very nicely in the best way. Please let me break the record. This is the second time he's champion. Even if his contract ends before the end of the year, just let him break the record. That's all I ask. But congratulations, because tonight we have a new TNA International Champion. We have a new TNA X Division Champion. And pretty much, kind of knew. I was like, there's no way they're going to race Leon Slater. But please, let him break the record. Just let him break the record. Please. But it's going to be interesting what happen after lockdown, the aftermath. Yes. Yeah, I just hope they let him break the record. Just let him break the record. Let him break the record. But congratulations to Leon Slater. He is now your new TNA X Division champion. So congratulations to him. And here's Daria Ray. Who was she on the phone with? Who was she on the phone with? And who she says, want to know who she's on the phone with talking about Indy Hartwell. Uh-oh. And Elijah, Sam, jeez, for someone who thinks she's in charge, she doesn't want to handle this stuff. But who attacked Elijah? We saw Moose attack. We saw Cedric Alexander attack. Now we see Elijah attack. It's like, come on. Yeah, it can't be expressions. I was like, nah, it can't be expressions. And plus, with the fact too, expressions is just healing from his injury. Dr. Grace, and she said she wants to be going back, but she doesn't care about the sister. Well, folks, we are now in legal lockdown. The system taking on the rising stars, Fabian Aichner, Casey Navarro, Ricky Sosa, and Jada Stone. And you can tell this is going to be a lot of chaos. But obviously, of course, they're explaining the rules of legal lockdown. One member can come in at a time. Winner has to be either pinfall or submission to get the victory. And I can't believe after this, we have our main event. Where is the time gone? And, with the entrances, I do want to thank everybody for jumping on this watch along for TNA Lockdown. I know I had a few technical difficulties earlier today, but happy to be with all of you. And this has just been so fun to be on. I know, like I said, not a lot of people do not watch TNA or really going into it. It's not the latest trend ever, but TNA was my second wrestling promotion. I was doing coverage of it. Even after when the Knockouts TV tournament is over, we're still definitely going to do that. And we're kicking off with the systems, Bear Bronson, who, by the way, Bear Bronson has been making a huge impact. If you did not know, he came from Creative Pro Wrestling, which is based in Long Island, New York, and it was founded by Brian Myers, who was also part of the system as well. And so many people from Creative Pro have been there. They have MJF, Chris Statter, Bryce Dunn, Matt Foster, from in New York, and I'm so happy Brian Myers has developed. And also, our newest TNA knockout, Gabby Forza, is also from Creative Pro. So I'm very happy to see it thriving and seeing so many people come out of it. Yeah, and I did see our friend Denise. I did see Denise is doing a watch along, and that is so cool. So I may pop in and say hello. But Fabian Aichner. See, I got his name right. Or it was Aichner, but Fabian Aichner. I don't say Fabian Aichner is now starting to. So yeah, our friend Denise is doing coverage as well. So hopefully we can do a joint right. Well, Eichner, but Eichner. Yes, I got it right after all these weeks. So yeah, you graduated. But here we go. We have legal lockdown happening. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning this. Do you have the system winning this, or do you have the Rising Stars getting a victory? Because I will say this is going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of mayhem, and a lot of weapons. And it's hard to believe, like I said, this, we have our main event. We have both. I think it's going to probably end around 9, only because I found out since they're in Chicago at 8 p.m., they're doing a meet and greet like after the show. So yeah, I think it's supposed to be 8 p.m. and they're supposed to be meet and greet over at Chicago. So over there, they're an hour ahead. So it's going to be at 8 o'clock, which it'll be 9 o'clock here. Oh my god! I for everybody to come out, and also the advantage match too, because Brian Myers won it this past Thursday on Impact, where it was a lethal lockdown advantage match. Brian Myers took on Fabian, but it was an second play, and Brian Myers got the victory. So the system do have a little bit of an advantage. So, but I'm liking Fabian Aichner. He's been making a lot of eyes, and we're gonna get another member for the system. So who from the system is gonna be? Who is it? Myers is the next one in line. Oh man, this is where the lethal lockdown advantage came in, because after what happened on Thursday, so now it's a two on one attack. Unfortunately, until we get the next person in line. Yes, I love that it's a creative pro, and like I said, Bear Bronson, he trained so many other people, and also the newest signee for the TNA Knockouts, Gabby Ford. Well, yes, I remember when Dusty Rose. I remember when Dusty Rose was a former director of Authority. I remember those days. Casey Navarro, and I want to listen. They have bring the weapons in, because this is a weapon match. But here we go. Nice move that Casey Navarro did. Well, at least maybe that got some backup, so it's 2-1-2. Oh man, face first. It doesn't shock me definitely that Barry Bronson is busted open, because this is the person that faced off in a death match in the independent scene for GCW. This does not surprise me. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the this is a lethal. This is lethal lockdown. Let's start including this. But it's gonna be interesting on who is next from the system. Because are we gonna get Eddie Edwards, or are we gonna get his wife Alisha Edwards? Who's gonna be the next one? Okay, Jeff Metterling's going for the system. As I mentioned, feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. You got the system, or you have the Rising Stars? Which member from the system? Oh, Eddie Edwards. Ooh, Casey Navarro. Actually, they can go into the ring technically. It's not official he comes into the ring. It's kind of similar to Blood and Guts. You automatically plead. Yeah, I would never wear white if I had to wrestle. But yeah. We kind of know who's going to be the very curious on who's going to be the next person from the Rising Stars. Is it Jada Stone, or is it going to be Ricky Sosa? Seven, six. All right, who is the next person? Oh, Ricky Sosa. Ricky Sosa. I like his pants too. I do like his pants. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Sosa. I do like his pants though. I do like the camouflage pants Ricky Sosa's wearing. That's like a callback to the Dudley Boys. Well, we already know who's going to be last. We already know who's going to be next after this. Bang! Sosa, Sosa. Bang, bang. Sosa, Sosa. Ricky Sosa, yes, he is wrestling. Ricky Sosa. And like I said, I like his camouflage pants because it reminds me of the Dudley Boys. Well, I already know who's going to be next for the system. I already know. Yeah, Jeffrey, your favorite person is coming out. That's crazy. The first knockout. Monsters Ball. Easy, lady. I mean, well, wait, what am I saying? Alisha Edwards? That's crazy. She's the first woman to do Monsters Ball, Lethal Lockdown. And there was another match that Matt mentioned, but that's crazy. She's not afraid to take any bumps, and I give her all the respect in the world. Yes, and that's Jada Stone, who, by the way, she has a big opportunity this fight. Ooh, Casey Navarro's busted open. Man, man. Yeah, pinfall or submission. So we know who we're waiting on, and that's Miss Jada Stone. Which, by the way, she has an important match on Thursday because she has the finals for the TNA Knockouts TV tournament because she'll be facing off against M by Elegance. She's just like a firecracker. I know, she's like camouflage. I know it's camouflage. She has no fear, and I love that about her. Oh my god. What's she gonna do? Ah, she did it! She did a boots on Ultimate Cage. This girl, I love her. Something that I like. She just has so much fun and smokiness. But Lethal Lockdown begins. They're bringing out all the weapons. They're getting some tools in. This is why I hope she does win, Jeffrey. I'm hoping she does win, but getting all the weapons because the cage is lowering and we're getting in for Lethal Lockdown because the only way you win is pinfall or station. Here we go. Let's go. Get the weapons in there. Anything goes. Come on. Like I said, if you have not who you want to win this, feel free to put in the chat. Nobody can listen. Feel free to put in who you think's gonna win. You got the system winning, or do you have the Rising Stars picking up the victory? And they're climbing up the cage, but like I said, only pinfall or submission. Ooh, they got some weapons. There we go. Week one, this is like the lockdown. You gotta put some weapons in there. Casey Navarro got that barbed wire bat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ooh, she's hit it. Man, Jada Stone hit right, hit Bronson with it. Oh man. I guess Navarro's retribution from what happened. He faced Hotch Myers and Edwards attacked him. I kind of like the chaos. This is what you want in chaos. But like I said, pinfall, submission, that's how you win. I know, right? I know, me too. I love Jada. She's like a spitfire. That's the one thing about the knockouts. They did not care. They just went, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing the men is going to do. I just love it. And Alisha Edwards, I'm used to it because she could take a bump. And she can do it. She's busted. You can tell by the accent. Oh, Aichner, a low blow. Oh, man, she hit him with a kendo stick. And her husband. He's gave a super kick to Bronson. Well, if this is going to get her momentum for a big match on Thursday, well, what does she have? Is it thumbtacks? Yeah. Her nightmares from last year. Oh God. Oh yes. She does not want that happening again. That was crazy. That was crazy. What are these ladies gonna? What are they gonna do here, Lord? What's he gonna do here? These ladies are gonna. Jeez, I know Jada is screaming out in pain. You better give that girl not just ice out. You better give her more than an ice bath for Thursday. Where is that? He ever taken? Ooh, can I ever turn low blow? She can never. She can't. She can't. Unfortunately, the thumbtacks are gonna. The thumbtacks are gonna keep continuing to haunt her. What's Fabian gonna do here? What's Fabian gonna do? Coast to coast. Well, Jeff Betterling, I'm sure she is in scouting her opponent because she's making sure Jada spends 100% by Thursday. Ooh. Well, I mean, this doesn't surprise me with Bear Bronson because, like I said, so yeah, I'm not used. It is insane. You got that barbed wire table. Who's gonna go through that? I feel like I'm watching Flappers at GCW. Oh man, Bear Bronson and Ricky Sosa. Woof. Actually, you should be used to this. Oh boy. Ricky says, hey, look, Ricky's coming to his own. Oh man, Ricky Sosa punched the on to Brian Meyer. Don't forget about Alisha Edwards. Where's Jada when you need her? Oh man, crazy. You know what's crazy? After this match, we have our main event. Can you imagine how much craziness it's gonna be with the Hardys and the Nemeths? I know Jada's still laid out. What's this? What are they gonna do with Ricky? Oh, woo! Well, your winners are the System, one Lethal Lockdown, and I think they're undefeated in Lethal Lockdown. I believe it. But congratulations to the System. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting because the System is still making a tour around the TNA roster, and we'll see what happens as we switch here. But it was a good match. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got to get ready for our main event because they are going to end at not 8 o'clock over there, only because they have a after TNA Lockdown. And I know. I know. I'm looking at everybody comments. It's like definitely he's happy the System won. I know Jeffrey's booing the System. Well, this is not over between the Rising Stars and the System because there is a lot more. But as I mentioned, you are hanging out with me, your PR princess, your timeless elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this special watch along edition for TNA Lockdown. Make sure to like, subscribe, not just the video, but also Women's Wrestling Talk. Subscribe, everything. It has been a fun show so far. I'm very, very happy I got to do it, especially with the crazy weekend that I had. Ring of Honor was great. I was very happy to see that. There will be content posted after TNA Lockdown because I still got to post that. And also, I will be posting my media scrum questions that I asked not just Tiana Perazzo, but also Tony Khan as well regarding Rebel and ALS. So continuing building up that a little bit. So Ring of Honor was great. I was very happy I got to attend. So shout out to everybody from AEW to really been there. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I did see that Jeffrey on social. Willow did crash Mercedes WWT Team Party. It's a new series on AEW where it has Spill the Tea, and they have all the stars who are facing an all-in Wembley Stadium. They've had the Divine Dominion, the Brawling Birds, Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay. Ah! Go Tom! Oh Tom! Yes, shout out to Chris Bay for getting me out the theme song for TNA. And also that was played in the beginning of TNA Lockdown, the opening. So shout out to Chris Bay. He's doing very well in his recovery. Shout out to Roland Bird in the chat. And you're just in time for the main event. I call, yes, Jeff Medley, you do call Kyle Fletcher that because you're dressed in pink. Yes, Sunday, October 11th is Bound for Glory. And we have the 2026 TNA Hall of Fame. We have Amazing Red, Conan, ODB. It's going to be so fun and very excited for Bound for Glory. And then also Sunday, November 15th is Destination X in Canada. So make sure to do everything else if you want to attend a review in Canada. Yes, and this Thursday, we have the finals for the Knockout TV tournament, as I mentioned, M by Elegance taking on Jada Stone. And also this Thursday, ooh, we got it interesting. So Jason Hotch and Trey Miguel will be taking on Mustafa Ali and Special Agent Zero. No, not Bound for Glory, Boza, just for TNA Lockdown. So, boys and girls, it is time for the main event. The GOATs of tag team wrestling. I could call them the godfathers of tag team wrestling, but the GOATs of tag team wrestling, the Hardys, taking on the Nemeths for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, and this is a tornado tag team match. Yes, if Nick Nemeth wins the first time in 20 years, he will hold both the TNA Tag Team title and the TNA World Championship. And the last person to do that was 2007 with Kurt Angle. Last thing, right? Well, boys and girls, yeah, Bo said they did announce it as the Texas Tornado. Yeah, they did announce it lockdown. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got our main event. Yep. Gotta win by pinfall. Oh, so he's gonna go. Yeah. But like I said, it's been super, super fun, and I'm happy to be with all of you for TNA. And even though I had a little bit of technical difficulties, I'm very happy to be with all of you for TNA. And like I said, TNA was the second wrestling promotion I fell in love with, and I will always have a special place in my heart. I want them to succeed and really want them to take it to the next level. But of course, they got some hurdles they got to do. So I'm very happy to see that. Nick should have. Well, you think Jeffrey he would, but then you have to really think about like what other opponent could you see him do it? Because this is where after lockdown they have to really think like who's going to be the next person to step up to Nick Nemeth's title. And there's a few other people that could do that. There's a few I think could benefit of this, and we did see this tonight as well. It's going to be interesting. Because it looks like it's time to develop some contenders for the world title. But here come the Nemeths. Jeffrey's like, I'll step up. I'm like, oh, Jeff Mitterling. We did see Tantino backstage, but be nice. Tantino's not that bad. And Nick was doing it does make a lot of sense because what we're gonna do. So they kind of have to really figure out who's gonna be the next contenders and like who's gonna be very serious contenders for Nick Nemeth's world title. And with the fact too, it looks like Frankie Kazarian is gonna be working alongside AJ Styles' son, which is great because it does something under Rosemary with being a veteran, so he's gonna be fine with that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting on whose contenders are gonna what other men people from the men's division are gonna step up to the plate. But here come the reigning and defending champions, the GOATs of tag team wrestling. The Hardys. You can hear everybody in Chicago going nuts for these guys. And Jeff, oh my God. Let's see. Matt and Jeff have a stronger relationship than the Nemeth. Well, that is true. They're brothers. But I love that Jeff Hardy is going back to one of his theme songs of TNA when he was World Heavyweight Champion with the Immortal. And also, another me, but his first theme song he sang for TNA was Modest. And that was a good theme song that Jeff did. It was a really good theme song. But here come the Hardys. Everybody juking and jiving. The theme song has always been catchy, but it's just everywhere you go, there's always a long line for the Hardys because they have supportive fans throughout the years. And the fans who were kids, they're bringing their kids to see the Hardys. And also, if you remember during Jeff's popular solo run in WWE, it's just they love their fans. Do 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 do. Oh my god. Jeff Hardy is the only person out of the four. He competed in the first TNA Lockdown in 2005, and that's what Tom said just now in commentary. Crazy. Yep, they are a childhood. I mean, the Hardys, you can't do that. And it's crazy because, like, I saw somebody do, like, a Mount Rushmore of tag teams, and they put in, like, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardys saying nobody should do it. But I think they need to do a deep dive on tag team wrestlings because I also have a few people on my tag team Rushmore because there are so many tag teams that paved the way and made impact. So I think I may need to deep dive in that. So we have our main event tag team titles, Tornado tag team match. Hardy's, the Nemeth, Wilfred, chat on who you got. Do you guys Hardy's retain? Do you have the Nemeth? Man, Jeff has 44 cage matches. That is insane. And Matt has 18. Right now, it looks like your pretty face is going to get busted in the cage. That's crazy. 2005. They have inspired a lot of tag teams. And I think I may have to do a deep dive on a tag team Rushmore because there are teams that came in before Jeff. And it's kind of like with the Rockers. If it was Rockers, you wouldn't have tag team parties any others. And like the Hardys, no, you because they said every person would say the Hardys. Poetry, somewhat of a poetry. Was by pinfall or submission. Well, here comes the Nemeth. They want to get out of Dodge, but they can't. They can't win the match. They can't win the match by getting out of the cage. They got to do that. I know, Jeffrey. I said this last week on our watch along. It was crazy. It was so crazy that they said Edge and Christian are beneath them, and Edge was like, when you were 3 years old, I was getting ready to wrestle." And Christian had one of the best comeback lines. He said, "I will never be your daddy." Oh man. It's kind of crazy. That is very bizarre. When I brought that up on Wednesday on Dynamite for Watch Along, it was just crazy. Because I was like, beneath them, they're the reason that you guys exist. So let's be very clear on that. And of course, the Young Bucks have a very strong fan base, but sometimes they got to be put in check. Because I would never, I'm being very nice about it. I would never put the Hardys. I would never put the Young Bucks above the Hardys. I would never put them above Demolition or Legion of Doom or any of the tag teams that came. Because for me, as a person that loves tag team, there are so many tag teams that have contributed to wrestling. So we'll be talking more about this on Wednesday. But tonight we're switching gears to the TNA World Tag Team title. We have the Hardys taking on the Nemeths in a tornado-style steel cage match. They just, yeah, Jeffrey. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that lockdown event. That was crazy. Where Ryan Nemeth just beat the crap out of Matt Hardy. Like not Ricky Sosa. Leon Slater couldn't even come in. And Mike Santana couldn't come in. Even Jeff couldn't even come in and help his brother. That was crazy. So Roland Burr is picking the Hardys to win. Obviously, I'm picking the Hardys to win. What could happen, Jeff? Well, I mean, a lot could happen with the aftermath. Obviously, of course, we have 2 matches confirmed for Thursday. We have the finals for the team is taking on Jada Stone. No, she's not 100%, but she'll be ready to go. And we also have a tag team match. We have Trey Miguel and Jason Hotch taking on Special Agent Zero and Mustafa Ali in tag team matches. Those are the only 2 matches we have so far, but I'm sure they'll pretty much announce them in the next couple days. I try not to remember. I know, Jeffrey. Those things I remember. And oh my god, I remember when they posted that on socials. Well, it's hard to believe, boys and girls. This is our main event. It's definitely a good show. We're gonna get out of here by after 9:00. Well, it's 8:00. Well, it's 7 over there in Chicago. It's a possibility, Jeff Menderlin. We could see an appearance from Moose. See, a lot of fans are going for the Hardys. They're going for the Hardys. They say delete, 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 delete. They've already taken on Nick Nemeth and obviously Matt taking on Ryan Nemeth. But Jeff trying to do the double team. Call back to Sensei of Manitou days. That is a new quick kick out. Oh god, just the right time. Ugh. Ooh, that was a nice one. Quick kick out by Nick Nemeth. At the time, that was a time. That was a time. Matitude was definitely a time. Even the theme song just fitted so well. And you heard the song, oh yeah! That was a time. Oh my goodness. It was a time, Jeffrey. Sensei of Matitude. Little kick right out. Oh my god, that was a crazy Matitude. Yep. He had some interesting Matt facts when coming in. If you remember when it was like Mattitude for SmackDown, when he did like it was the Sensei of Mattitude, he had all these crazy facts, which is insanity. Ooh, not gonna lie, that's AT right now, Matt. Well, you know the fans are booing. They don't like it when people attack the Hardys. They don't like it when they attack the Hardys. Delete, 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 delete. What's it? It's kind of crazy how this and the Hardys lasted this long in TNA. It's lasted this long. I'm surprised on the top. Yeah. What's he gonna do here? As ever, oh, I Jeff was like, "Where's Jeff?" Uh-oh. Well, Nick Nemeth's coming with the save. That's funny to watch. I mean, we see Jeff go through so many moments on top of the cage because we now know he's utterly insane. Ooh, that has to hurt. That was a nasty landing for both of them. I know, Kenzie. Oh, I know. Kenzie is not announcing today. What did I miss? Hold on, Jeffrey. Don't say anything because I know you're ahead. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything because I'm trying to watch this. All right, let's see. I hope Jeff and it has happened, but hopefully it doesn't happen here. I remember when we were younger, we all thought Jeff was gonna die. Delete, 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 delete. Oh, man. He deleted Baby Brother. Are you serious? Damn. Damn. Your winners are a new tag team champions are the Nemeths. I can't believe it. Nick Nemeth is a double champion. He's a double champion. Oh lordy. They're gonna be so I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna be so obnoxious on Thursday. I know. Yep. Well, that's a surprise. Two-time, but Nick Nemeth for the time 2007 with Kurt Angle. Nick Nemeth now not only holds a TNA title, also the TNA tag team titles. The road is going to be very interesting. It's going to be interesting. what? He is a double champion, but I hope the Hardys do get some rest. They've been traveling so much. They need much needed rest. They need much needed rest. I mean, the Hardys did everything they could. They need rest. And oh lordy, here comes the champagne and everything else. Blah blah blah. Oh boy, the loud celebration. What's going on? Oh, Leon Slater! What's Leon Slater doing here? Okay. What's Leon doing out here? No way. Is he really gonna go for the TNA world title? Ooh, he wants a world title? No way. Leon wants to make history. And we have to bring we have to get some champions. I dare you. He told Carl Silva, I dare you. But it's official, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Carlos Silva's bound for glory. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be crazy. I don't know if it's in a cage, Sosa, but Leon Slater wants to put the shot in for the TNA World Title at Bound for Glory. Woo! Well, it's a matter of time that he was gonna do it. It was a matter of time that he was. That wraps up TNA Lockdown. This wraps up TNA Lockdown. It has been a fun show. Interesting twist and turns with everything else. Obviously, of course, we kicked off with. We are going to kick off. No, Bozo, we're going to talk about that because I do have some thoughts on that. We did kick off with the final encore between AJ Francis and Elijah. We saw the return of expressions after being seriously injured, and also with the fact too, even though there were shenanigans outside the ring, we also had to. AJ Francis got the victory, but thanks to some help from the hometown man, Elijah did get the last laugh in from AJ Francis. So hopefully they can move on from this and they got bigger things to worry about. Then, of course, we had. And then, of course, what we had after that, we had Frankie Kazarian taking on Moose. It was Escape from the Cage. Hard-hitting match between those two. It was definitely a hard-hitting match between those two. But in a surprisingly turn of events, Frankie Kazarian ended up being the victor in that match. He ended up being the victor in that match. So, and I'm pretty sure he'll be bragging about it because we'll talk about what happened later. We also had the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. We had the Elegance Brand take on Allie, and her tag team partner is nothing more than the returning Kiera Hogan, who, by the way, signed a deal with TNA. So congratulations to her. And sending shout out congratulations because still TNA Tag Team Champions is Allie and Kiera Hogan. Also with the fact too, we need to know where Rosemary is because we have not seen her. She's whereabouts. We don't know where she is. Hopefully we do see her. And Jeffrey did mention that Kiera Hogan has some business with Tasha Steelz. So hopefully they get to meet up very, very soon. And then we had the TNA Knockouts World Championship, which, oh my God. chaos, brutality, sassiness all around by Xia Brookside, and it just goes to prove that she needs to be the face of the TNA Knockouts division after the ruthless that she put in and everything else to Elayna Black. I hope they do put the rocket ship on her. I didn't like the ending though, because like I think that was a cop way out for her throwing powder in the face. They could have found something else to do. But it was a really good match. Very interesting on who's going to be the next challenger to step up for Xia Brookside, because we know Indy Hartwell is waiting behind the wing, but also with the fact too, Daria Ray seems to be blocking it because we know that she doesn't have good feelings toward Indy Hartwell, but Indy Hartwell is not afraid to take her down in a way, because Daria Ray has issues with not just Indy Hartwell, she also has issues with Harley Hudson. So that's going to be very interesting with that. But also, congratulations, Xia Brookside is still your TNA Knockouts World Champion. Gonna see what happens next after TNA Lockdown. We also went from one brutal championship match to another where we had Jason Hotch take on Mustafa Ali for the TNA International Championship. And wow, I can't even begin to say with Jason, because Jason just gave it all his heart. Obviously, of course, Mustafa Ali's from Chicago, so it was a little bit bizarre with the cheering. And then Mustafa, of course, had to take the toy from his daughter and really want to put it in there. It sucks because I would have loved for Jason to continue being champion, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be little bits of snippets on the downfall. Can be fired from I mean, it's a possibility, Jeffrey. I mean, it depends on her. And maybe Harley and Indy could be the catalyst of her getting back into the ring. That could be a catalyst right there. But Mustafa Ali is your new TNA International Championship. I would have loved to see Jason be champion a little bit longer. But after getting bleeding from the mouth and everything else, I thought that was it. So, thankfully, John Schuyler, his tag team partner, came out to help him. But slowly seeing the cracks of Order 4. Because as I mentioned, Trey Miguel gave Agent Zero his first ever loss in the pre-show of Countdown Lockdown. It's going to be very interesting how this is going to play out. We also had the X Division Championship. Leon Slater take on Cedric Alexander. Obviously, of course, in the last man standing match, those guys really went head to head. And it kind of showed where it really went with the TNA X Division Championship. And your new champion is Cedric Alexander, Leon Slater. Hopefully, TNA does the right thing and make that man break that record. Even if he's gone, because I know his contract is supposed to be expired soon. Just let that man be gone. Just let him be gone. Just let him break the record. Make him break the record. That's all I'm asking. Just make him break the record. Please don't do him dirty again. Just make him break the record for the X Division and just be done with it. But congratulations to Leon Slater. Also, I know Boza, but it's just crazy they didn't make him break the record the first time, which I don't know why, but I just would love for him to finally break the record. But like I said, his contract is supposed to be up before the end of this year, and it's up in the air, so we don't know what's going to happen. Also, we had Lethal Lockdown. Happening. The System taking on the Rising Stars, Jada Stone, Fabian Aichner, Casey Navarro, and Ricky Sosa. There was a lot of brutality. Yep, youngest in charge. It was brutality with Lethal Lockdown. It was definitely a good, solid match that had an opportunity to showcase some of the rising stars of TNA in their locker room. So it was the first time it was intergendered. Also, we found out Alyssa Edwards is the first TNA knockout to compete in a Lethal Lockdown, Monsters Ball, and there's another match she competed in. But she's the first knockout to do that. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, which I do give her credit on. But it definitely shows the rising star in the future of TNA. And I'm happy the System, who are veterans of the game, are kind of working with the younger stars. So we do have some young and up-and-coming stars in the TNA roster. I just hope they keep them. So congratulations to the System on winning. We also had an appearance from Avery Styles, the son of AJ Styles came into the building and he officially announced that he is signing with TNA, obviously. And of course, we got to hear from Frankie Kazarian, who, by the way, was one of AJ Styles' rivals, and trying to ease his way, saying, I will take you under your wing and not trust people. Frankie would not be the first person I would trust. I would not trust Frankie Kazarian with a heartbeat in my life. But I think it's going to be interesting, and I would like to see a program, because who better to do it? Because Frankie's been in the game for so long. He's been a rival to his dad, and I think it would be a really good start for him to kind of plant a seed and just kind of build from there. So I know it's interesting how he's with TNA after he made the news. Well, you would think it would be the good news with GCW, but not the greatest news all around. But and I think with Frankie, it's a really safe one, and plus Frankie's been in the game for so long, so I think Avery Styles is in good hands, and I think it would help with Avery being there. It kind of would give a nice knock in their X division with TNA, because that's how his dad helped build the X division, which would be great too, because I like to see that. Also with the fact that we have our main event. We had the Hardys take on the Nemeth for the TNA World Tag Team titles in a Texas Tornado match. It's a good, solid match all around. These guys, both of these teams know each other very, very well. Thought at least it would be surprises. But, shockingly enough, we have new tag team champions. The Nemeths are the new tag team champions for TNA. And Nick Nemeth done something that have not been done since Kurt Angle in 2007. He is the first person to hold both one half of the TNA World titles and the TNA Tag Team titles. So they're celebrating, have champagne all around. But Leon Slater threw the gauntlet and saying that he wants a shot at the TNA World title at Bound for Glory. Carlos Silva was in the ring. He's looking. He made that match official. It will be Nick Nemeth taking on Leon Slater for the TNA World title at Bound for Glory. And that really much concludes TNA Lockdown. I know people were saying, are the Hardys going to go back to WWE? And I kind of said this in my watch along a couple weeks ago. I think with the Hardys, because, with everything WWE is going in right now, especially creative wise, I kind of said the Hardys should end their careers in TNA than WWE, because TNA, I know, he lost for no reason. I think Cedric Alexander is going to be fine. But going back to the Hardys, I think because TNA gave them something that WWE couldn't, and that was full creative control. They have them create their own imagination with their own imaginative minds. But it's going to be very interesting with TNA. I can't trust WWE with their tag team division. Granted, there is some stuff, but it's just I can't trust their tag team division right now, because it's like SmackDown, it's okay. But if the Hardys want to do one more run in WWE, they need to do it on their terms. And I think the last time they were there, they had a watered down version of Broken Matt Hardy. And I don't think they want their creative genius. Boza, I don't think it's going to be AEW. They had problems with that too, because they didn't have any creative imaginations. They didn't have much creative control on what they wanted to do. And I think that was the thing that TNA let them to do. They let them be a little bit creative and just focus on their own storylines. That's how they got the historic Hardy compound with the Righteous, and were able to do things. And especially when Broken Matt Hardy took off, it was just it's really hard. Exactly. It's just one of those things. And that's the thing I'm more concerned about, because if they want creative freedom, it's going to be interesting. But we shall see, because like I said, I can't trust WWE Tag Division. AEW, forget it, because Matt and Jeff share their experience in AEW, and that was a bit of a eyesore. So we'll see what happens with them. And I'm very curious, because I know that they're thinking about it. I wouldn't say they're not the end of the road yet, but they get to do it on their terms and see what's next for them. But also, I kept thinking about the creative imaginations because I don't want their creative freedom taken away, especially when they do storylines and everything else. Don't want it to be watered down. But it was definitely a solid show for TNA Lockdown. I really got to do it. Little bit of eyesore and questionables, but it did what it needed to do and kind of getting everybody ready for TNA Bound for Glory. We already know for Bound for Glory, there will be the TNA Hall of Fame. We know the inductees. Amazing Red, Conan, and ODB will be inducted in the TNA Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory. So there's going to be a lot of tissues for that. there's going to be a lot of tissues for that. But it was definitely a solid show. I was very happy I got to do TNA Lockdown watch along today. And I got to spend time with all of you tonight. Like I said, we very rarely ever do TNA watch alongs, but I was very happy to start doing them for the TNA Knockouts TV tournament. Obviously, this Thursday, we're going to have Jason Hotch and Trey Miguel take on Mustafa Ali and Agent Zero. As I mentioned, we're wrapping up the TNA Knockouts TV tournament with M by Elegance and Jada Stone. The winner is going to be the inaugural TNA Knockouts TV tournament. So get ready for that. And I think after this tournament's over, we're going to continue watch-alongs for TNA because they do have some stuff going on. Gotta give them some love too, because I know everybody always talks about WWE and AEW and New Japan, but there's a lot of good wrestling to cover. And TNA is doing some great stuff. So shout out to everybody in the chat, from Boza to Jeffrey, to Jeff Mennerling, Roland, Aaron Teagle, all of you for coming into the chat, for hanging with me on a Sunday. And we got to end after 9 o'clock. Well, it's 8 o'clock over at the West Coast, but I think everybody's ready for the concierge to crash out, but we shall see on Thursday. But you guys know where to follow me on my socials. I still have content I gotta post from Ring of Honor from Friday. So shout out to every AEW and Ring of Honor for everybody to do that. And also posting up my questions for the media scrum that I asked Tiana Perazzo and Tony Khan. So get ready because it'll be posted probably a little bit later before I head to bed. Make sure to follow ISBW Wrestling because they have a lot of shows happening. In the fall. You do not want to miss it because if you live in New Jersey, make sure to check them out because it'll be super, super fun. Also, make sure to follow SSBW Wrestling. I do want to say congratulations to Bronwyn Billington because she is the first ever commissioner for the women's division. And I will say, even though I didn't get it, it was really fun being a part of it. I did not think I would have the chops to do it, but I'm very happy I get to be a part of it and all the support that I can. But I'm very excited to see what Bronwyn's going to do leading for the women's division. Because at the end of the day, we all want to support women's wrestling. So I'm very happy. And congratulations to her. And also, we have to see what's going on with WWT tomorrow. Because I know Raw is coming on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Netflix from Canada. So, thank you. Thank you. Well, I do appreciate that as much as I can. But definitely congratulations to Bronwyn Billington. She's going to be great. And you guys know where to find me. And like I said, we have a watch along from Scotland, England. Glasgow, Scotland. Yes, Wednesdays I am from Glasgow, Scotland. We're going to have a watch along, the final watch along before AEW All In. Obviously, of course, there will be a watch along for All In at Wembley Stadium. So get ready because there's going to be a lot of chaos going to Scotland. Obviously, of course, there will be a watch along for TNA because we will be wrapping up the TNA Knockouts TV tournament. So get ready because there's a lot of stuff happening. And also, there's a lot of good stuff happening on Women's Wrestling Talk. So shout out to the rest of the crew. We're all doing amazing work while also enjoying the final weeks of summer as we get ready for fall. And of course, there's still a lot of wrestling to look at. So I bid you adieu, and I hope everybody has a great Sunday evening and gets ready for the start of their work week. Just kick off everything in the work week. So I bid you adieu and good night, everybody, because I am signing off from TNA Lockdown. And thank you for supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and we will see you in the week.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet.